I'm Anita Weiss. I'm professor and department head of international studies at the University of Oregon. My project here at the Bellagio Center is called Interpreting Islam, Modernity, and Women's Rights in Pakistan. So my project is looking at various communities' understanding of where Islam fits in the contemporary world, but especially focused on women's rights and the type of social activism that has occurred. The government of Pakistan, first with Ayub, 1973 Constitution, but then really not until Pervez Musharraf became the military ruler in a coup when he came to power in October 1999. A few years later, he started to set into motion a series of progressive laws to undo some of the very difficult laws that Zia-ul-Haq had promulgated after his February 1979 Islamization program. And so on the one hand, we can be optimistic that there's been a whole process of transforming legal reforms and Pakistani state policy towards the empowerment of women. We do see them using a lot of language that is used in the international treaties that the government of Pakistan has become a states party to, especially the CEDAW, UN Convention on the Elimination of All Forms of Discrimination Against Women. And I do have a special section in the part on Pakistani legal reforms and state policies. At the end of that chapter, I've included a special section on the two reports that they have submitted. Most recently, they just got the feedback from the CEDAW committee in December of 2012. So I'm looking at what the state has done. I'm looking at how public opinion might be changing. What are the concerns in public opinion? I'm looking at how progressive women's organizations that have really informed the state, they're the ones who've been making the national alliances and even international ones, both in South Asia, in Asia, and really globally, being involved in being the NGOs that are present at a lot of international meetings and organizations and informing people about what's been happening in Pakistan. But and I also feel that we must look at what the Islamist parties are saying are women's rights. We have to in particular look at the SWAT Taliban, because the role of the SWAT Taliban until the Pakistan military routed them out of SWAT in May of 2009. But you know, they keep rising again. And we have to acknowledge that it's the ideology of the SWAT Taliban that periodically raises its head, whether it's in Islamabad or Lahore or Karachi and many other parts of Pakistan. What are the drivers? What are the driving forces? And so much of this is focused on the roles and rights of women. So in fact, I would say that this book manuscript is not taking a stance one way or another, but rather trying to reveal different orientations towards women's rights and analyze how this ijtihad, these interpretations have come about. My plans are that I'm going to do more research in SWAT. I think that SWAT is really a microcosm of what's happening in Pakistan. I have unique access to go to SWAT, and I'm very, very interested in reconstruction, rehabilitation, and moving forward with development planning in SWAT. And one of the things that got me thinking about what I might do there is last night Edwin Cameron, who is a judge on the Constitutional Court in South Africa, another resident here. He was talking about what he had done in the process of getting rid of apartheid in South Africa. And I realized, you know, the Truth and Reconciliation Commission that existed there right after apartheid ended was really quite profound. And I don't envision any possibility of a Truth and Reconciliation Commission in SWAT or in any other parts of Pakistan, because people hold on to vengeance. You know, the idea that they have to take revenge very powerfully. But there is a need to figure out, there is a need to see how Swat can return to a place where people don't live in fear.